Let's hope that this video does not age like milk when we break down Chris Curtis, the action man, taking on the black belt hunter, or formerly known as Rodolfo Vieira, who is 8-1 and was actually supposed to be taking on your boy Fofao, Wellington Turman, but ultimately Rodolfo had to back out, and it's been kind of an interesting recent situation for Rodolfo Vieira. I mean, you want to treat a situation like this delicately, but he had like the broken blood vessels in his brain, posting Instagram, wasn't sure if he'd ever fight in MMA again, and so just seems like a lot has going on for Rodolfo Vieira. And another thing that is kind of worth mentioning in this one, who against Chris Curtis, and I mentioned to get your thoughts on Chris, I think might be relevant is Rodolfo Vieira doesn't really like to get hit, right? So I'm wondering what this looks like against Chris Curtis, the action man, who is 27-8. He's on a 7-fight win streak, and a guy who just wanted his UFC shot, right? He finally got it on short notice, and boom, he's 2-0 in the UFC with two amazing wins. I mean, to go in there and take out Phil Hawes the way he did, I mean, he was losing that fight and then ultimately came back and got the finish himself. And then to dominate Brandon Allen, who basically wins every other fight except against Sean Strickland. So two great wins for Chris Curtis, and I don't know if anyone had a more impressive 2021 than the action man did. So very curious to get your take on this one. Do you think that Rodolfo Vieira is going to rebound off that recent win against Dustin Stoltzfus and picks up a second straight win over Chris Curtis, or you're going with the action man in this one? What do you got?
Yeah, this is such a good matchup. Levels testing with these guys, as we've seen, Chris Curtis has been absolutely chugging, good milk lately and ripping heads off. While, like you said, the black belt hunter, he's had a little bizarre weirdness happening. But a great win. He looked a little scared his last fight versus Stolfus, but he got it done submission third round, which Stolfus is no joke. So that's a good win for Rodolfo. Um, you know, it shows Curtis is supposed to win. He's gonna win, knocking him out. He's probably gonna knock him out. But that being said, I like Rotten Milk, and I have the Black Belt Hunter submitting him the first or second round via heel hook. I think people are sleeping on Rodolfo. I think he is. I mean, he's an absolute legend in the BJJ world, and I think he's going to remind everyone why he is here in the UFC and why he's going to get probably a title shot in the next year or two. This guy's the real deal. He's strong as heck. I think he's dialed in his cardio. His stand-up game is only getting better, and this should hit the mat pretty quick. If he tries to stand and bang, yeah, Action Man's gonna rip his head off, I think. Chris Curtis is no joke when it comes to stand up, but I'm hoping that Rodolfo's kind of refined it and he gets it down and he just overpowers him and destroys. That's my gut feeling. I like the underdog in this one, but this is one heck of a fight. Wouldn't surprise me on who wins. I doesn't surprise me if whoever wins it.
Yeah, I can't wait to see this one truthfully, and I think you hit the nail on the head. It's a pretty easy fight to break down, right? Vieira needs to get this thing to the mat, and if he does, he might win it. I mean, he's super slick down there. He's got a wide array of submissions. He can beat you in many different ways, and one of the best guard passers in the UFC too, right? Just insane stuff down there. So if you're Chris Curtis, you absolutely want to keep this thing standing, and I think that the more shots Chris Curtis lands, and the longer this fight goes on, the more it favors the action man. Because I don't know, I just don't think that Rodolfo Vieira is trying to get punched at all. I mean, he'll eat one shot and then he starts to kind of freeze up and seemingly does not want to be there. I mean, if you just watch a post-fight interview of Rodolfo Vieira, it seems like he's just trying to get the hell away from the situation that he's in. But it's interesting to look at Tapology. 79% is rolling with Chris Curtis, and majority of it is Brown. They do think that Vieira gets smoked in this one, but 21 not surprisingly rolling with Vieira, and basically all of it is copper. So it seems as though Tapology is bullish on somebody finishing this fight, and I got to roll with them. I think Chris Curtis gets the finish in this one. I also think he's going to make it look easy, and I think that this is Rodolfo Vieira's best opponent that he's ever seen. Chris Curtis, meanwhile, has like 40 professional fights. He took out Andre Fiallo back in the day. I mean, this is a guy who's been in there with some super tough dudes, and I think he's putting your boy, the black belt hunter, to sleep, similar to how Fluffy Hernandez did, but ultimately I think it's by strikes. I think it's ugly, and I think this is the last time we see Rodolfo Vieira, but perhaps a hot meat boy take. But any last thoughts on this one?
No, definitely a fun fight. The only comments you got spoiled milk or you got the belt hunter.